port of Haifa in Palestine lies shattered by bombs and strewn with dead. A few pitiful refugees rescue what few belongings they can. There's a rush for the boats as the bitter strife continues in the stricken Holy Land.
Amid Syria's civil war, Palestinian refugees find themselves uprooted once more. 85,000 have fled from Syria to Lebanon. Their families were originally displaced after the creation of Israel in 1948. Today, many live in camps like this one in the capital, Beirut. This is Shatila. In 1982, during Lebanon's own civil war, a Christian militia murdered at least 800 people here and at the nearby Sabra camp. Some say as many as 3,500 people were killed. Sorsan, not her real name, is a mother of 3 from Homs. She told Euronews why she decided to leave her hometown.
My sister
My husband first came to Lebanon to work. The economy in Syria no longer exists. There is no country anymore. Despite the difficult circumstances that we face here, we have no choice right now.
Sorsan's grandparents came from Haifa and Jaffa, 2 cities that are part of the modern-day state of Israel. After 1948, one half of Sorsan's family settled in Lebanon, the other in Syria. She wants to return to Homs when the fighting stops.
If you really want to know the truth, when the situation in Syria improves, so will ours, because our future is over there. We want the future to be better for our children.
I love Syria and I love Palestine.
Refugees like Sorsan rely heavily on the support of the UN Relief and Works Agency, which provides housing and healthcare services. Such aid is vital in light of restrictions imposed by the Lebanese government, which, as one youth worker in Shatila explains, are trapping the Palestinians in a cycle of poverty.
The Lebanese government denies the Palestinians from their rights to work, to establish association, to free movement in and out of many camps in Lebanon. The Palestinians have no right to own a house out of the camps. This is the tragedy for the Palestinians.
Shatila was first built in 1948 to house 3,000 people, but today 16,000 are crammed inside just 1 square kilometre with no proper water or electricity supply. Abbas says donors need to dig deeper.
This housing condition, it's not good not efficient for rats, not for animals. It's not, you move in the camp and you find it's not for a human being. Those United Nations who cry they don't have enough fund to support UNRWA, they have fund to support weapons. Those people, they have, those donors or those rich governments, they have money for the people who are fighting in the borders with Syria. They have money for Bekaa and Akkar, and they don't find money to support those poor refugees with housing.
The Lebanese government believes there are more than 1 million refugees from Syria now inside Lebanon. With no end in sight for the Syrian conflict, Beirut says it cannot cope with the large numbers still crossing its borders. Abu Yaman, a 50-something father of 6, made the journey from Damascus nearly 1 year ago.
I decided to leave because my children couldn't stand it anymore. 3 of my kids are university students. We suffered a lot from the bombings and air raids every day. We left with the shirts on our back, just some summer clothes. We rented a car and then we left. We don't get any help here. I'm paying $250 in rent a month here. I don't work, but I've been trying to find work. I've been to several regions in Lebanon, but I found nothing, even as a driver. My children can't work either. We're waiting on help from associations, charities and handouts from the European Union, but we don't get anything.
Abu Yaman's parents hail from what is now known as Kiryat Shmona in northern Israel. As far as he's concerned, his future is not in Syria.
We're in a disastrous situation. We want to go back to Palestine right away, tomorrow even. We want to go back to Palestine because we have land there. It's our home.